Hey there. What's going on, everyone? I'm a little worried about the stream quality tonight. I thought that my Starlink would be working well. And then I was like, well, used Starlink yesterday and it wasn't that great. So let me try and use my hotspot to stream. And that's what I'm doing right now. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for everyone on the replay. This stream really just kind of came out of nowhere. I had originally planned to stream about longevity and the three top things that you can do to improve your chances of living a longer, healthier life. I will definitely be doing that stream, but I was getting ready and, looking to do the thumbnail and getting all that stuff together. And I thought, you know what? I feel like there's someone out there that really needs to know right now that they're not alone and that this is not going to last forever. This has been one of the toughest years of my entire life for many reasons. And what I've learned is that it's important that we go through these desert type times because that's what really helps us build character. And going through this bear market, right? And many people so I looked up bear market. I looked up the definition of bear market. And according to I don't know, one of those finance pages, it talked about the fact that a bear market is when the price dips like 10 to 20%, right? That's like a regular traditional finance bear market. And here we are with many of our bags. How far down? How far? 90%. 80, 70, 80, 90% down. And for some people who have been in this game a lot longer and who have much of their worth in crypto, I mean, that's your worth, right? You don't have money in, maybe some people don't have money in the bank, they have money in their crypto wallets. And to see your net worth go from whatever it was, right? Some great astronomically beautiful number down 75, 80, 90%. That can really take a toll on people psychologically, and we see that. So I wanted to come out here and really just be a voice in the middle of this crazy, crazy desert saying that you're not alone. You're not the only one feeling that way. And as what's the word? I don't want to overuse this term because I feel like a lot of the terms that we use within crypto in general kind of get played out or get overused. In fact, I just saw Somi talk about this with the term FUD, right? So WAGME, acronym for we're all going to make it. We're all going to make it. We say things like that a lot, and oftentimes it's just kind of, playful. But we need to keep in mind that we are going to make it. There is a reason to keep going, and tomorrow is another day. Now, I talk about this often, the fact that when I came into this ecosystem, when I invested in crypto for the first time, I knew that what I was doing was taking a portion of my finances and disappearing them. Because especially at that time, when you first get into crypto, that's what it feels like. It feels like you're taking your magical, wonderful dollars that you can hold, right? Your fiat dollars, and you're taking this money, and then poof, you're giving it to the ether. Right? Because that's people's understanding of crypto. Most people do not understand or do not see the worth or do not see the value in what we hold. And of course, rightfully so, because there's so much shitcoinery and so much ridiculousness out there in terms of rug pulls and people that you cannot trust, people that are going to tell you one thing and then do another thing. So we forget, I think, as hexicans, as people in Richard Hart's ecosystem, I think we often forget that the outside view of crypto and the and not even that, right? Forget just the people that know about crypto, right? Because that's such a small fraction. It's such a small fraction of the amount of people that there are in the world. So, take this, keep going out, right? That's one of the lessons that I want to bring up about all of this is that when you're feeling hopeless, when you're feeling alone, and you're feeling like, why? Why go on? Why keep going? What's the point? Try to take that lens and open it up and remember that there are big things at play. There are worlds upon worlds of places to go and people to see and things to do, right? You may be here, right? Your scope has become so small and you're so hyper focused on your individual situation and your individual circumstances that you can't, that's saying you can't see the forest for the trees, right? So remember that this is just a small fraction of time, right? We're here for such a small fraction of time, anyways, on this planet. I am hoping to help people be here a little bit longer, and that's in huge thanks and in huge part to Richard. If I didn't know who Richard Hart was, I would not know that longevity is even a thing. I wouldn't know that if you get better sleep, you're going to live longer, or if you have more orgasms, you're going to live longer. Or if you eat less and move more, you're going to live longer. And there's a reason to do that. I see so beautifully, and I'm going to bring up this comment in a minute here. I see so beautifully how Hex, specifically Hex and longevity work hand in hand. Because and I'll go back through the other comments in a minute, but I have to bring this up because this is poignant. Because some of us have staked, blockchain trend says some of us we did that for 5555. So another 11 years to go. All right? That's longevity right there. Who does that? Who takes their real dollars, right? Which, we'll talk about that another day. Who takes that kind of money, puts it into a crypto, and then decides that they're just going to wait for 15 years, 5,555 days. We're going to wait and then see what kind of returns we get. That's why I think, it frustrates me that people get upset at the maxi mentality. Because I think a big reason that people are maximalists in this ecosystem is because of that longevity 5555 mechanism. Because of the T share, because we understand how the shares work and the fact that bigger pays better, longer pays better, right? That's what drew many of us in. That's a big reason that I came into this ecosystem because I was looking for this, and I've heard that over and over. I've heard multiple people mention that they were looking for something like this to put their monetary value into. At the time, I had a chunk of money that I was like, "All right, I want this to set me up for the future. I want to take this and do something with it that's going to allow me to do what I want in life." I looked into a 401k. I looked into a high yield savings account. I looked into options trading. And as I was looking into all these things and I started putting little chunks of money here and there, I thank the stars and heavens above for Crypto Kool-Aid because he had no idea that where I was financially at the time, but he came to me and started telling me about Hex. And in addition to that, he came to me and he said, "Don't listen to me. I'm your friend. I know you love me and you trust me, but don't listen to me. Listen to these other content creators." And I just had an amazing stream with Westcott, Ben Dubard, and Wales Only. And I give much credit to Wales for the reason that I'm here streaming and the reason that I'm in this ecosystem in general. And a lot of people, disagree with him, don't like him, are over him, whatever. I don't care. I still think that he's got a really great way of explaining how Hex works. He sticks with the basics and he made it make sense to me. Going from taking an options trading class to listening to Whales Only, that's why I'm here, because he helped me wrap my mind around the value of our shares and the value of, how Hex is a money printer. You're earning yield every day. Every day. And the payout just gets better and better. It just keeps getting better. So, all of that to say that it's important that when we make those decisions financially, when you're taking your finances and you are putting them, let's like say this is your little nest egg or whatever, when you're putting your money somewhere, you are making that decision first of all, right? So many people, including myself, at one point I said to Kool-Aid, I said, "Why can't I just give you this money and have you do this for me?" He said, "Absolutely not." And I'm so glad that he did, because I wouldn't be here. He said, "No, this is your money. You need to know what you're doing. You need to understand what you're investing in." And that is the best way to onboard, because not only does that give people a sense of, I can't really think of the word, it's like self-assuredness, right? Like, I'm so glad that I am in control of my own finances now. I mean, I always have been. I've always been very good with money, honestly. And now that, but it was scary. Crypto was scary to me. I didn't understand it. I didn't know how it worked. I had never heard of smart contracts or even, I mean, like, I knew what an NFT was, but that's the majority of people out there. Not even the majority, right? Because we forget that there are so many people, for every person that you think knows, or for every person that maybe knows what Bitcoin is, there's 1,000 people that don't. They've never heard of Bitcoin. They don't know what crypto is. So, again, all that to say that it's one of the things that I think is important for us to relay when we're onboarding people, when we're going through this kind of a bear market, is that we need to be holding ourselves accountable. And we need to know that we were the ones that made the financial decisions to put our finances where they are. For some people, maybe you made a mistake. Maybe you did. Maybe you put the money that you needed to pay your rent into a coin. And maybe you shouldn't have done that. But you know what? Here you are, way down on your investment. Maybe alone. Maybe you're upset. Maybe you're not even, maybe you're, the best thing, honestly, for some people, I think, is just to leave. Go outside, get off the internet. And then again, a lot of this, I just shout out to Georgia Carrera, by the way. Georgia was hosting a space and she inspired me a bit about this. And she's hosting a space called The Lighthouse. She's doing spaces called The Lighthouse. If y'all ever are just feeling low and need to know that you're not alone, go hang out in one of those spaces because that is just a wonderful place to be. And this community is like no other. Y'all, I went to church for years. I don't do that anymore, but I never, and then college, and then after that, I volunteered. And so I've been in and out of all these different kinds of groups, and I have never felt more cared for, concerned about, um, accepted. What's the other word I'm looking for? Lifted up. I mean, there's another word for that, but to know that y'all are here with me and that we're going through all of this together, I can't imagine any other way, especially for me. Okay, I'm not everybody. People are different, right? We all have our different ways of living and the lifestyles that we lead and the places we are and how we experience life. I am a people person. I love being around people. I love having friends around. It's very difficult for me to have someone get on my nerves, or I mean, it depends on the person, right? But usually, like, if it's a friend of mine and we're hanging out and, like, you know, on an adventure together, or we're doing something, we're traveling or whatever, I'm not the kind of person who's gonna be like, "Okay, I need you to go." Like, "You need to get out of my space now." Especially, again, if it's someone that I get along with, right? So, let's say what's up to the chat. We're gonna put a pause button on all that madness and say what's up because I see some friends up in here. Alan! What's up? I don't even know how to say that, the whole thing. I'm just gonna call you Alan. Alan Fizame? Fizame? You wanna tell me how to say that? I would love it. Because I mean, you've been here forever and I appreciate the heck out of you. So thank you. Thank you for all the hearts. Never alone, guys. We're never alone. Lisa Marie says, "Hey, SJ, what's up, Lisa Marie? Thank you for tuning in. Good to see you." We got blockchain trends with the peace signs and nerdy faces and the alohas and the fire. Bringing it. This is Shaka, right? Yeah, Shaka. Crypto Gains Club, never alone. He says with the little alien faces. We are never alone. Ooh, not in this universe. And then this is the comment that I brought up a minute ago. Blockchain Trends says, "Some of us, we did that for 5555. So another 11 years to go." And I think that's key for us. I think that that's a big underlying reason that we are the kind of community that we are, because we know that we're in this together for the next 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years. Okay. Blockchain Trend says, I used to be crazier in 2020. Still rich on paper, though. Hexy's from Heaven, what's up? Hexy's from Heaven says, "Looking good, great energy, thank you." I figured I'd go with the emo look today because this is a very emo stream, so I'm emoing it all day. Alan says, "Yeah, Wales is GOAT. Same for me, and same for many." Alan, Westcott attributes his getting into this and streaming and stuff to Wales only as well. And what a cool thing that I mentioned this in a tweet the other day, that Wales never talked to me directly. He never came out and said, "Hey, SJ, you should go get on stream." Like, he didn't know who the fuck I was. But his attitude, the way that he mentions that, if you've got something to say, come say it. Because we're not all going to be around for the next 15 years. I mean, I bet you at some point, especially in this next bull run, there's going to be a whole slew of streamers that are going to take profits and say, "See you later," right? Like, "Thanks. I've done my part. I've done my work, but I'm outie," right? So, that's a big reason why we encourage everyone to come here, everyone to have a voice and to speak up and to speak out. And again, I'll mention this again. If anyone ever wants to come up on this stream, or if you want to go just hang out in the green room in StreamYard and figure out what you're doing with your microphone and your camera and things like that, I'm about it. Hit me up, DM me, let me know. I would love to help other people, get out and have a voice, because there's not enough of us, especially here in the bottom of this bear market, you know? It's cool that there's still a lot of us here, but my voice is not your voice. People that listen to me, you know, they might would rather listen to you. Who knows? Maybe you've got a different spin on things, right? Maybe you've got a different way to say it or a different way to go about it. So keep that in mind, right? That we need all sorts and all types of people. And again, if you're feeling low, you're feeling despondent, hopeless, whatever it is, I really love the phrase "this too shall pass." So many people, it's used most often in times that people are downtrodden and are upset. But it's also it's also at the top of the, I'm going to try to make a mental note to remember to do this, that at the top of the bull market, this too shall pass, because it will. It's fleeting. Every moment is fleeting. It passes. And this is just think. And I know it's hard, you guys. I know. And I feel like I'm doing this stream to talk to myself a bit, right? Because it's hard out here. Being this social creature that I am, I love my baby kitty cat, right? But I was talking in spaces with Georgia. I can't have a conversation with her. I mean, I can talk to her all day long. Meow 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 meow. But, she's not she's not going to give me that human connection that I long for, right? And being alone for the greater part of this last year has really taught me a lot of lessons. And it's shaped me into being a lot more grateful for the people that I do have in my life, for the moments that I do get to hang out with other people and meet other Hexicans and just do what I'm doing out here on the road. So let me get back to the comments real quick before they fly away from me. All right. So Crispy, what's up, Crispy? Crispy says hi, a wild SJ and everyone. Godfather J6, good to see you. Thanks for showing up. Peace sign, fire symbol, yellow heart, star. Thanks. Alan says Crispy. What's up? Blockchain Trend says Crispy. And GFJ6. Everyone saying hi to everyone. I love it. See, this is what I love is in the chat, the community. I love seeing that all the time. It's just like all the community members saying what's up to each other, because this gives us a sense of community. It's what's part of why I like streaming, is because I know that people are going to show up, hopefully, and that hopefully I'm going to say something that might strike a chord or might bring a smile to someone's face or might give someone just the tiny littlest bit of hopium that they need to get through the night. Who knows, man? That's why I'm telling you, I really felt the need to do this tonight. So share this stream out, for sure. Like, I'm streaming it on Twitter right now live and on YouTube, but I really feel like someone needs to hear right now that this is not the end. The sun is going to come out tomorrow, and we need your existence. As much as you don't think you matter, you don't think you need to exist, you do. And there are reasons. I don't know them. You might not know them right now. But you don't know what you don't know. And if you're gone, you'll never find out. So keep that in mind. Keep your head up. When it hurts the most and it's the hardest to do so, put a smile on your face. And I know this is not easy. Oh, the tears. Oh, I felt it. I taught myself a habit a long time ago that when I wake up first thing in the morning, the first thing I do when I open my eyes, even sometimes when I haven't opened my eyes yet, I smile. Every morning, the first thing that I do, because that sets my entire day. It reminds me that I should be grateful that I have breath, that I'm here, that I have a bus roof over my head and a sweet little kitty cat by my side. That's another thing that I would like to start incorporating, in fact, is, smile and then maybe think of 2 to 5 things that I'm grateful for. Whether that's, again, just waking up, opening my eyes and being like, wow, I'm here. I get to live one more day. I get to live one more day and do what I was put here on this planet to do. You know, for the weather, for my wonderful air conditioning that keeps me nice and cool down here in the deep south, right? When it hurts the most and it's the hardest, remember, even, you think fake it till you make it, right? That sounds disingenuous. It kind of sounds like a cop out, but there is truth to that and there is value to that. So when it sucks the most, put a smile on your face and think of one or two things that you are grateful for. All right, back to the chat. We're real serious today. I know. It's the makeup. All right, we got Godfather J6 saying what's up to everybody. Hey there, IDB. Good to see you, brother. Hexies from Heaven says rent's meant. LOL. Hey, you got to be careful. There are people out there that did that, right? They took the money that they needed to live and invested it in Hex or something else instead. And now it's not a great feeling, right? It's not a good way to be living your life if you took what you really needed and then put it into something you thought was all of a sudden going to be life-changing money, and you didn't realize or forgot that this is a long-term game, right? Or you forgot to take profits. You thought we were going to $10. I wasn't aware. I wasn't really hip to the jive when we were going up, right? Because it was my first cycle. It was my first time in crypto. I didn't understand the cycles at all. So I just knew that I bought some Hex, and I don't think I even know. I didn't look at the price chart or anything. I bought it when I bought it, and then I knew that I needed to hold it. And I don't think I even looked at the price chart for months. I was just like, cool, like I bought this thing, I staked a lot of it and most of it, and now I'm just gonna go on my merry little life. And what a cool thing that Richard did, right, with staking. And I know that he didn't invent that thing, but just the way, the long-term mindset, right? Especially for someone like me who just came into crypto. I'd have been wrecked. I would have been so wrecked. Even options before that, like looking into options trading, right? If I was looking into options trading and then I decided to come into crypto, not through Hex and Richard Hart, I'd have been so wrecked. I would have traded and bought and pumped and dumped and gotten rug pulled and all sorts of shit. But no, I'm here. I'm staked, right? Or mined. What are we calling it now? Are we still staking? Does anyone know? Can someone tell me? Did we officially change Hex staking, or is it back? Because I don't know. Richard, if you're watching, we get a little clarity on that one. All right. Back to the chats. Alan says, yep, it's spelled phonetically. Okay, the proper spelling is Fizame. Okay, Fizame. Alan Fizame. Alan Fizame. Alan Fizame. All right, I'm just going to keep saying it like that. Mitch says, do you think Richard will ever come back on YouTube again? Mitch, I can't tell you how I know, but yes, absolutely. It's not going to be soon, probably. And it may be different than we expect or than he has been doing that in the past, but he'll be back. He'll absolutely be back in all of his magical, wonderful Richard Hart glory. And I don't mean that in the, like, flashy, showy, outrage type Richard, right? I think we're going to see a whole new facet of this man and what it is that he wants to do in the world. In fact, let me find it one more time because I can't get over this stream. Keep saying I clipped one clip, and I posted that short a little while. So check that out on my shorts. If you go to my shorts page, you'll see Richard's face. That clip is from this stream that I'm going to try and find. And when you listen to the stream, you see what Richard is interested in and why he's doing everything that he's doing, you'll understand better who he is, why he's going to be coming back, why he's doing what he's doing right now. I mean, people think he's like disappeared, but he's still around. Like sorry, stream just started. Okay, so basically, 100% he will be back. I don't know when, but I can absolutely tell you without one doubt that he will be back. Um, and Mitch says, thanks for your live stream. You are super welcome, Mitch. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Balliot Brand. Hi, Brand. I'm so bummed that we didn't get to hang out in Seattle, but I have a feeling that I'm going to be back there sometime in the next, I don't know, 6 months, I think. I love the Pacific Northwest. I love it. Of all the places that I traveled so far this year, I think that was my favorite. I love the redwoods. I love the big trees. I love the coast. Seattle was fun. I don't know if I'd spend too much time like in the city itself, but like I'll probably like do a little loop, right? Like Portland, Seattle, stay up in Santa Cruz area in California for a minute. But I can definitely see myself spending some time up that way. So we'll have to hang out again. Your brothers are so fun. I had a great time hanging out with those guys. So super good to see you. In the chat, Balia Brand. Blockchain Trend says, El Brandman. Yes, yes. And Brand saying hi to IDB and all. Orion says, all the best people are here. Oh, shucks. Appreciate that. I am high degree. Hello, darling. Says, money will change your life, but it won't make you happy. 100%. That's the thing that we also need to keep in mind as the bull run begins and as we change gears and go into that, right? Because again, it's that this too shall pass mentality. Money can bring you a lot of things. You can have a lot of fun with having a lot of money. But if you are wrecked inside, if you don't know who you are, if when we're at the bottom of a bear market, you've lost hope, you're going to find yourself at that same place at the top of a bull market. I guarantee you that. Yeah, things might be fun for a little while. You might distract yourself with a lot of shiny objects and different things, but your self-worth, if you don't understand who you are, what it is you're doing in this world, and what your value is, it doesn't matter if we're in a bull or a bear, right? Like that emptiness will still reside within you. So take this time, like I have in this last year, take this time when you're alone, when you're upset, right? When you're all hot and bothered, to look within. Study yourself, know thyself. I love the Stoics. I love the whole Stoic like movement and energy and like all of that, all those quotes, right? Because we are in a world full of distractions. It is so easy to just be outside of yourself forever if you wanted to. Video games, television shows. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, right? Metaverse, right? Like whatever that is, or whatever that means to people. And now, these like gamifying things and Web3, and I mean, we're a part of that, right? So it's so easy to forget that you have value. You have qualities, talents, and attributes that no one else in the world has. And if you're so busy distracting yourself with all these shiny objects, how is the world going to know who you were, what you're about, why you're even here? Take the time to get to know yourself. That this year, I can't say it enough. I can't stress it enough. That's been my year. That has been my year, is really being alone and figuring out what is my worth? Why am I here? What am I doing? What value am I giving to those around me? Why do I have breath? Right? So just keep that in mind. And again, bull market, bear market doesn't matter. If you don't know yourself, you don't know yourself. And you can distract yourself all day long. But at the end of the day, you need to know who you are so that can stand up against whatever the circumstances are in your life. And then Blockchain Trends says, Que bueno verte, Bran. See, I know a little Spanish. Sandy Beach. Hello, lady. Good to see you. Love all your workout posts. Keep doing that. I love it. So inspirational. Hex Edits, Purple Heart, and a little rocket ship. Yes, sir. We're going to take this wonderful Purple Heart to the moon with Hex 100% someday. Someday, y'all. We got to just hang in there. And I can't believe that. I mean, I can and I can't, right? Like, I didn't know about cycles, didn't know what to expect. This is the longest bear market in crypto. Anyone who got in to Hex and this is your first cycle, you guys, we are going to be champions. We seriously, I mean, we're gonna need people like Balliet Brand who've been in this for a minute, right? To remind us, and Maddie Allen, right? People who talk about sudden wealth syndrome, right? Because I guarantee you, having gone through this wretched bear market together, we're going to be doing a lot of partying at the top. I'm absolutely sure of that. Getting together, celebrating, super stoked, right? Don't forget to take profit, on the way up, on the way down. And it's important that we have other people in the community, right? Again, like Bran, Maddie Allen, people who've been here for a minute, Crypto Coffee, to be like, hey guys, don't forget when you're in the euphoria phase that this too shall pass, right? It's not going to be shiny and bull runny forever. That, in fact, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but from what I understand, it's basically bull market, bear market, right? Like bull market comes and goes real quick. Like the bull market's maybe like 6-8 months a year at the most. And of course, no one knows. I could be totally wrong. We could have the next 3 years of bull market, right? Let's do it. Who knows? But from what I understand, cyclically, it's usually a shorter bull market than it is a bear market. So that's really something that I think that we need to be mindful of when we get there is, hey, yeah, this is cool. This is great and all, y'all. But remember, the bear is coming, right? Just like right now, we need to remember the bull is coming, right? That bull's behind the gate. He's got his horns out. He's got his foot scratching that dirt. He's ready to charge out the gate, right? I mean, I don't know. I think it's time. We're way over. We're way overdue for that bull. Come on, bring it. Bring it. I'm ready. All right, we got Russ in the house. Russ says, buddy. The beach says, Alan. Hold on. Oh. Hopefully, how well my stream is. Of course, like right when I start talking about it, it starts getting glitchy. But hopefully, other than that, it's been fine. Let me know if I'm super glitching out at all or if everything's crazy. But Palliot says, "Lo mismo contigo." Just says, "Here, thank you, you." I think I might be chopped. Wait a second. Comment is coming. Usually that means I'm getting connected. Okay. So Jordan's here supporting it. J Girl, thank you. And thanks for, there's so many people that work so tirelessly in this community. And I mentioned a few of them. Sorry, hold on. I got a burp. I mentioned a few people a couple days ago on stream, but I want to mention a few other people like Georgia, man. Georgia Carrera, friggin' Crypto Heartbeat, right? Hex Token, Superman, tirelessly, always streaming every day. Most of these people are doing some kind of stream or putting something out there. So what a cool community to be a part of, right? We're strong out here. Sandy Beach says, "Hey, Bran." Mitch says, "Smash the likes. Yes, please. Pew, 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 pew. Take all those likes that you were gonna give to Rags to Riches and give them to me instead." That's my new catchphrase. Sandy Beach says, "Hello, SJ and everyone." Balliet Brand says, "At Sandy Beach. Cheers, Sista and chat. Much love." Smiley faces from Sandy Beach. Blockchain Trend says, "Hello, Georgia." Drix with the hand wave and the looky eyes. Hey, Drix. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. Spiffy-tastic. Got a black heart. Black heart for the black makeup. Yes, thank you. Appreciate it. Blockchain says, I still call it staking. I still call it staking. Yeah, interesting. It's hard to get away from that narrative. I love stake it till you make it. I like all the little like wordisms we came up with around staking. Steak and bake show, all that kind of stuff. Speaking of that, Blockchain says the pothead. I don't know what that was in reference to, but yes. This is the video that I think everyone needs to see. Richard Hart talking to Brent Nally about longevity. He goes on a couple of really great rants, and you can really see who he is. If you are just worried or upset, or you think Richard's disappeared forever, or that he's not going to come back in all of his magnificent glory, watch this stream. Oh, I see. The pothead is here. The pothead says, "What's up to trends? What's up, the pothead?" Mr. Chuck, good to see you again, sir. Mr. Chuck says, "Stay strong during these lows. Don't let the price get you down. Buy more now and hold. This is your story, and you are being tested to make sure you deserve it. Get your happily ever after." I could not have said that better myself. Thank you, Mr. Chuck. In fact, I'm going to read it one more time. Stay strong during these lows. Don't let the price get you down. Buy more now and hold if you can, right? Because some people are down and out, right? And they're just like waiting. But if you can, DCAing right now is what is going to make your bags even out, right? Like you bought at the top, but if you buy at the bottom, under a penny, you guys, we're under a penny. If you buy under a penny and you bought at 50 cents, I don't do math, but somebody else do math for me. What does that look like? Let's say if someone bought the top, if anybody out there wants to do math for me in a quick thing here on the chat, if you can, I'll scroll down and find that message real quick. Let's say you bought at 50 cents, and then let's say you bought $100 at 50 cents of hex. Let's say you bought $100 worth of, sub penny, whatever we're at, 0.03 something cents, right? What's your average? What would the average be? It's lower than you think. I know that for sure, because I've seen that math done, but I don't do it. This is your story, and you are being tested to make sure you deserve it. Get your happily ever after. Get it. I love it. Thank you again. Valley Brand says, "There's always next time. See you then." Samantha is here. Samantha says, "Good evening." And Samantha says, "Yes, the black lipstick is back." Yes, girl. I was feeling emo today, so I had to make that happen. BMA says, "I like a wild SJ." BMA, are you the same person that had the Pearl Jam logo and now you've changed it to Nirvana? I need to know this, because I can't remember the name of the person that had the Pearl Jam logo, because it's tripping me out. But I'm about Nirvana. That was one of my first favorite bands. BMA says, "You are a good person." I try. I like to think so. I appreciate that also. Sandy Beach says, "Thank you, SJ." Alan says, "Sandy." Sandy says, "Alan." Ooh. Just kidding. Togami Rosecraft says, "Champions, what's up?" Togami, I hope I'm saying that right too. Good to see you here in the chat. Appreciate you and your support. Blockchain Trends says, "What's 1 cent on our way to $100? Preach it. What's 1 cent on our way to $100 with 3 or 4 more bear markets in the middle?" No joke. No joke, you guys. Here's the thing one of the big reasons that I really believe this, right? And I can't get this out of my head. Hex is a better Bitcoin. Hex is a better Bitcoin. That's a fact. Facts. Hex is a better Bitcoin. How much is one Bitcoin worth right now? How long has Bitcoin been around? How antiquated is Bitcoin's technology now? Hex is a better Bitcoin. Y'all, the world is our oyster. $100, $100,000. Easy. Easy. I love it. Sandy Beach says, at Alan, I look better in blue. Cute. BMA says, patience is a virtue. 100%. 100%. And that's again, patience is a virtue, and we have that virtue. We wouldn't be here in this Hex ecosystem if we were not patient people. Patient people do not stake out their funds for 15 years, for 5,555 days. You don't do that if you don't have patience. And if you did it and you don't have patience, I'm so sorry, but oops, gotta be patient now, don't you? You know, or friggin' what? I mean, EES all day long. End your stakes. Give me that beautiful, beautiful yield. I will take your penalties. Thank you very much. Westcott Crypto, of course, comes in when we're talking about the huge parties. 100%. Someday, sir, someday, I promise we'll party. It'll be great. Westcott got mad at me because we were in New York together, and I got heat sick, and I went to sleep. I did not party one bit. I napped, and it was beautiful and wonderful. I was not feeling well, and then I partied every night in Charlotte. I mean, I didn't party. You guys, y'all know me. I don't drink that much. But when I say party, to me, that's like I love to go out and dance. So I danced every night in Charlotte. I danced and I danced and I danced and I danced and I danced. It was great. So yeah, Westcott, we'll link up. Alan says, LOL, you have to earn the blue wrenches around here. Gotta do a shroom trip first. Oh man, I don't even know. I haven't handed out a wrench in a hot minute. Let me check out a thing here. Let's see. Hey, that's me. That's me talking. That's me talking to myself. There we go. Wow, yeah. What a lonely what a lonely chat. Hold on. Let's do a thing. How do I do this? No, why? Oops. Hold on. I'm gonna have to do it later. I'm gonna hand out a couple of wrenches at some point. I can't do it right. Maybe. Let's. What is this button? Oh, oops. Somebody got blocked or removed. I'm sorry. Because I think I was trying to click the button and it kept not clicking. And there we go. Here we go. Sandy Beach is a mod. Yeah, girl. A brown wrench. I don't even know what that means. But be gentle. I'm usually pretty dang forgiving. I really haven't had a lot of issues in my chat, but hey, here we are at the bottom of a bear market. You know, I'm really intrigued. I'm really interested to see what's going to happen for me in the bull, because y'all, you know, my content is very different. I don't, again, not a numbers person. Don't talk about the prices. You know, I'm just really here to be, I think a good way to put it is like a community moderator, right? Like, but except that I'm streaming instead of being in chats and stuff like that. I don't know. What would you say that? What would you call me? Like a perpetuator of positivity, right? Like I just know, I know that, and much thanks to most of you and people that I've met along the way on this PulseChain tour, I know that what I'm doing, as different as it is, and at times as trivial as it may seem to me or some other people, it's important, and people listen, and it is something that is needed, I think, in this community, because no one else is I'm not, and definitely not no one else, right? Like people, I know that a lot of other streamers touch on things like this, right? But I think I'm kind of unique in that way, and I would love suggestions. If you guys think that there are different topics that I can cover, other ways to bring more engagement, right? And I'm not looking for a huge following, right? Like, of course, everybody likes that, and that's fun. And of course, you want people to listen to you when you're out there putting yourself out there and talking. But I just more know that I think what it is that I'm so steadfast in my conviction with who Richard is and why it's important that we don't FUD him, I guess, or turn our backs on what he's given us. I think people need to be reminded of that constantly, which is unfortunate. But hey, if that's what I gotta do, that's what I gotta do. I'm fine with it. All right. So Russ says it's not sudden anymore. I think you're talking about sudden wealth syndrome. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I guess that you're making a joke because it's taking forever. Yes? Am I right? Um, and then let's see. I'm gonna I don't Alan does a gummy count. It might, Sandy, it might. Um, it's been good 90% of the time, says Alan. Alan says Georgia is a beast 100%, y'all. I am such a big fan of that woman. She reminds me a lot of myself, right? Just constantly smiling, bringing out the positivity, being a bridge builder, being someone who wants to see other people succeed and other people be lifted up in this community, right? So shout out to Georgia again. Thank you for everything you do. Appreciate you. Excited to hang out with you. I'm going to be in the Southern California area for an extended period of time as well, before I go up to the Pacific Northwest. So if y'all are in that area or visiting, P.S. shameless self-promotion, there's a cruise happening. We're going to cruise out of Long Beach to Cabo San Lucas. That is happening for the Hex birthday party. Hex birthday party, Black Hexican's birthday also. It is going to be a grand old time. So if you haven't checked that out already, that's like the start of my stay in LA. So it's PulseChainTour.com. Check out the cruise, get your tickets, get them early too, because the closer it gets to the cruise, the more expensive the rooms are. Those prices, because I went on the last one and those prices go up quick. So if you're thinking about it, maybe we got a little bit of this pump is helping out, right? But yeah, get your tickets. Blockchain says we're a lucky bunch. Oh shucks, true, man. I think so. Hexetus says which stream. If you want to expand on that and ask me again, I think you're talking about the stream that I mentioned that everyone should watch Richard in, and I linked it. If you go back up, I'll link it again. Hold on, maybe I still have it. I think this is it. Let's see. Yes. All right. So I'm going to link this stream again. This is a stream that Richard did with Brent Nally, and it's great. Super, super recommend everybody watch it. Let's see. Scrolling through the comments. All right, here we go. Blockchain trends, top hat and a heart. Yes, blockchain trend says under average but liquid is less than over average locked for the next 10 years. I want that to make sense in my brain, but I'm kind of tired. So I think I know what you're saying. I think basically what you're saying is if you're holding liquid, it's not as good as holding that same amount but locked, right? Because of the returns that we get, because of the yield that you get every day when you're staked. So Sandy Beach is laughing, crying. Armando, good to see you, Armando. Thanks for joining the chat. Armando says, I'm particularly fond. I'm particularly fond of her energy and enthusiasm. It's invigorating. And I thank you for that. And that's a big reason why I wanted to do this stream in particular, is because I know that sometimes you need to hear someone else say something, or you need to see someone else being positive to kind of get over a feeling that you have or an issue that you're going through or, just like being down in the dumps, right? Like it takes a village sometimes for us to be able to come together and lift one another up and out of the mud and out of the dirt and be like, "Hey, like brush your shoulders off, right? We're going to move forward together and we are going to make it, right? We're definitely going to make it. I can guarantee you that. And whether or not that, whether that's financially or whatever, again, this is something I talked about before is that this community has 1,000x to my life. I don't need I mean, yeah, it'd be great. I don't want to go back to a regular 9 to 5 job, right? But if it all went to zero, I'd still be the happiest girl in the world because this community has changed my life completely. And being around people who are brilliant and smart, same thing. Being around all these brilliant, amazing, talented people and, building together with you and being here at this, wretched, wretched time in the bear market, it really shows, it goes to show what kind of a community we are. And it makes me wonder, right? Like let's just crazy scenario. That'll never happen. Let's say somehow someone hacked Hex, some crazy shit happened, and all of a sudden everything's zero. We're all rug pulled, right? I wonder what we would do. What would we do as Hexicans? What do you guys think? How would we come back together? Because I don't think we'd just disband. I don't see that almost ever happening. I don't think that the friendships and the partnerships and the projects and all these different things that we've come together and created over these last few years, I don't think any of it would just disappear or dissolve, right? Like I've made lifelong friends here and that's not going to end. So just, tiny bit of hopium in a weird way for you guys with that. Blockchain says La Fiesta. Clintrons says SJ and crew. What's up? What's up? Welcome. Gartin says greetings. Hey, thank you for getting back to me. I will reply once more. Good news, great news, and shout out to the Atlanta Blockchain Center. Y'all follow them on Twitter. Let me do that right now. I'm going to get that that link for you to follow the Atlanta Blockchain Center to give them some love. They are doing some really awesome things in Atlanta just in general. Lots of really good stuff for the crypto space in general. Really empowering people through blockchain technology. I'm a huge fan. And they just so happened, I reached out to the dude who runs it and mentioned that I needed a spot to park the bus in Atlanta because I'm staying at a host right now. I could stay at different hosts, but it's like I'd have to move the bus because most places you can only stay 1 or 2 nights. So I'd have to like go from spot to spot and that's kind of a hassle. And I have to, put my Starlink up and down and, boohoo poor me. But but it's nice for me when I get to stay in a spot and just kind of be there and have my setup and do what I'm doing, right? So again, shout out to the Atlanta Blockchain Center. I'm going to be able to park the bus there. I'm going to be able to plug my bus in, which is miraculous and wonderful. Thankfully, the heat is subsiding, right? Like the highest I've seen, I think this coming week in Atlanta is like maybe 82, 83 degrees, which is tolerable for me. I can handle that. I know to everybody else that sounds like ridiculous. And trust me, if I knew how to fix this stupid heat sickness bullshit that I have to deal with all the time, I would do it. If any of you out there, and I'm getting more into the longevity and scientific community, and I'm trying to, bring them into these rooms. If anyone on the replay is watching this or hears me shouting about this heat sick stuff and has any experience or any kind of thing that you think could help mitigate that, and I'm not talking about like, I don't want to be put in a kind of like freezer bubble suit, right? That's great and dandy and all, but I want to live my life. I love the sun. I miss going to the beach and laying out and getting a tan when it's 90 degrees outside. I cannot do that physically anymore. And it sucks. I love gardening. I love growing food and getting my hands in the dirt and being out in the sun. And I can't. Rant over. All right. Boohoo, poor SJ. I'm done. But anyways, all that to say, follow Atlanta Blockchain Center. Just for no other reason, just to, let them know that you want to support what they're doing. They're really supporting people out here. And I'm sure I'm going to have more on that soon. In fact, I'll be streaming from there later this week. So that's going to be super cool. I'll be out there. If you're in Atlanta and you want to hang out, you want to go get coffee, you want to go get a meal, I'm going to be here all week. So hit me up, DM me, send me an email. I'm out here. I'm stoked. I like Atlanta. I am looking for some sauteed chicken livers. Okay, that is my thing. I love liver in general. I love sauteed chicken livers, and I know I know they exist in Atlanta because that's the first time I ever had them. Was at like, I'm probably gonna get the name wrong, but it was like Mary Mac's Cafe or something like that. And nom 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 nom. It's my favorite dish. So if you know of a good spot to get sauteed chicken livers or grilled chicken livers, fried, I'll eat it, but I like the sauteed or the grilled chicken livers. Hook a sister up, please. All right. Blockchain Trends says Westcott, what's up? Alan says SJ handing out wrenches. Oh, I'll take a brown wrench. I don't know what that means. LMAO. SJ sending people into XRP purgatory with them blocks. Seriously though, did I block someone? Please tell me if I accidentally blocked someone. I really feel like I accidentally pressed that button. A button I did not accidentally press was the wrench for Sandy Beach. You are welcome, darling. Thank you for always supporting me. I appreciate that a lot. Russ says, what's this button for? LOL. I don't know. Sandy Beach. I look so much better in blue. Accurate. There you are. Garton says, there's value in being alone. Yes. Yes, there is. And that's the hardest thing for me. There is such value in it, and it's so important because I've gotten to know myself a lot better. But I don't know if it's, it's crazy because we can make all these excuses or come up with all these things or whatever. Like, what does it boil down to? So part of me, because I have such separation anxiety and I get so bummed being alone, I wonder if part of that is because I was adopted. Like, to not have that bond with your birth mother in those first few years, I think is very detrimental. I mean, I've looked into studies on this, right? Like, I've read about it. And part of me wonders is this like womb trauma? Like, am I healing this, like, you know, blank number of years old? I love that I'm still getting people trying to guess how old I am. Don't guess. You'll never figure it out. Someone did though. No, people actually did like kind of hit the nail on the head on my last stream. So if you really want to know, you can go take a look at the guesses over there. But it makes me think, like, is there something did I not heal from that kind of a separation? And so now, this many years later, I'm still feeling the effects of that. And I'm still feeling like, it's upsetting. I have a good friend, one of my best friends, my best girlfriend, she's out in Vegas. And she's inspired me because several times in her life, she's just moved out on her own. And she's just done her own thing and had her own place. And I was the serial monogamous relationship girl, right? Got married early, got married when I was 20, got divorced, got into another relationship, did that on and off, and nearly always lived with my partner. So, and if I wasn't living with a partner, I was living with roommates. So I went from home to college roommates to married to to friends or relationships or other people, and then finally alone in a bus. So my entire life, this is the first time in my life I've had my own space, all alone, all by myself. So 100% Garden, there's definitely value in being alone, and I'm learning that. And I've really learned to just be more calm. I'm learning these breathing exercises. So again, if you're feeling that right now, if you're feeling alone and you're feeling depressed and you're feeling hopeless, because I feel that sometimes, just remember to think about things that you're grateful for. Remember to breathe. Most of us don't breathe right. We myself included. I have to remind myself, right? Deep breaths. I already feel better. Honestly, that's the craziest thing. When you're not feeling good, when you're upset, when you're starting to get in your head, because that's what happens to me is I start spinning. I start getting in my head and I start thinking of all these imaginary horrible things that aren't happening. Again, going back to the Stoics, right? There's some great quotes about the fact that you can imagine something happening that's not happening, but because you're imagining it and you're thinking about it and you're focusing your attention on that, your body reacts as if it's happening. So you have the power, you have the ability to change that. You have the ability to stop that thought, take a few breaths, and put a better, happier thought in your head. Think of something you're grateful for. Think of a memory that brings you warmth and love and comfort. Sandra Larson is an amazing woman and a huge benefit to this community. She has so many techniques on all these different ways to do basically what I'm talking about. I wish I don't have her website available right now. Let me see if I can find her at least on Twitter, and then you guys can follow her as well. She's super down to earth. I'm actually like really hoping to spend some more time with her. That's part of the reason I want to go back to the Pacific Northwest area. So here is Fusion Neural is her Twitter handle, and I do believe that that might be her website too. It's huge shout out to her. In fact, I need to she reached out to me a while ago about how we needed to stream together because people are losing their shit. And like she's really great at helping people. I think it's called somatic healing. Let me see. Fusion. Oh, actually, here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. Somatic healing. Here we go. I think this is her website. And hopefully she doesn't mind that it's her website is not up right now. Bummer. Hold on. Nope, that's not it either. Well, anyways, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stream with Sandra soon because she really has the tools. I learned a lot of what I try to share from her, and I've forgotten a lot of it. Oh, here's one thing that I forget to use these techniques, right? If you don't use it, you lose it. But one of the things, and she does such a much better job than what I'm about to do and have you guys do or walk through, because she really helps. You have to get there mentally first, right? So I believe part of the process of what she kind of says to do is think of a feeling, a moment, think of something that brings a smile to your face, that brings you joy. And of course, she's trained in this stuff, right? So I'm just going to give you like little tidbits of like what she actually, like as a trained practitioner in these things, will tell you to do. But again, bring your mind to that happy place, right? Get somewhere mentally that's going to bring a smile to your face. And just kind of think about that and hold that in your heart. And I know that there's other steps to this and I'm probably skipping a bunch of stuff, but you can lock your thumbs and, you make a little bird like you're going to fly away. Okay. And then put your hands on your chest like this and then tap. And you can do this as slow or as quickly as you want to. But there's something about this that just feels nice. It does. So, yeah, or just even, and this is a friend of mine told me this when I was living in Puerto Rico, just give yourself a hug. Give yourself a hug. Imagine that it's SJ hugging you. Oh, yes. I'm giving you hugs right now, everybody. Give yourself a hug. Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. If you see me, I am a hugger. Yes, please come up and give me a hug. I'm about it. All right. Moving on. PulseChain says it's better to be incognito. It is better to be incognito in some cases, absolutely. Alan says you're not wrong. Blue suits you at Sandy. Sandy says, thanks, Alan. And then Sandy, shilling the PulseChain tour. I'm about it. I should do that too. I think when you share it, it doesn't actually allow you to click on it. So let me see if that works. I'm gonna add that there. All right. And then blockchain trends says, I'll just I'm getting sleepy. We're gonna end this pretty soon. I didn't. Wow, I've been going for over an hour. Did not even realize that. All right. So that again is the YouTube video of Brent and Richard talking. Everybody should watch it. Blockchain says delayed gratification will get you more marshmallows. Ooh, I want a marshmallow. John Bishop says you look like a medium holding an occult seance in the 1900s. Thank you. I actually love that compliment. I think it's a compliment. On a more serious note, good midnight of the soul speech. Thank you for the stream. Good midnight of the soul speech. Oh, got you. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's what that is, right? When you feel alone, you're kind of going through this whole midnight of the soul, right? Like it's hard to, get yourself into a happier place when you feel alone and you feel depressed and you feel like there's no one out there with you. But again, that's why I'm here to say that you are not alone, that we are here with you. All right. So keep that in mind. This is the Atlanta. Check out the Atlanta Blockchain Center. Love them. Huge shout out to them. Thank you for the stream, says John Bishop. You are welcome, John Bishop. Thank you for tuning in. Chris Side Effects! What's up, friend? Chris says, Anna said that's SJ. That's true. That's me. Hi, Anna. Love you guys. Can't wait to see you. Just a few more weeks. I'll be back in Texas. I'm looking forward to it. I am high degree. See? Different strokes for different folks, man. I love being single. And I'm curious how old you are, because I feel like people that I know that are a little older and they're single feel that way. And I mean, maybe I'm like at that turning point finally, but I don't know. And maybe it's just I've romanticized this idea of having a partner for so long and I see other couples doing it. I also kind of agree with Richard, and I don't know if you guys have heard him speak on this, but Richard says that the average lifespan of a relationship is about 8 years, because that's how long it takes to raise a child. This is his own kind of, like, he came up with this kind of theory. And part of me thinks, maybe that's right, because I've never been in a relationship more than 7 years. I think 6 is the max I've had. 6 maybe going on 7. But then it ends. And, obviously, like, there are people that can not be the case. I have a really good friend, and he and his girlfriend met when they were in high school, and they are still super happily together. They're doing great, right? I had a teacher who married his high school sweetheart. They're still married. You know what I mean? It can work. It absolutely can. But it's like, I don't know, man. That's been one of the hardest things for me too, is just like thinking about that kind of partnership. Like being the kind of person that I am and being out on the road and doing all this kind of stuff, right? Like, where's the dude that wants to do this kind of shit, right? Like, who's going to come live in a bus, right? And like travel around and go to farmers markets and maybe someday build me a tiny house on a piece of land somewhere. Where are you at? Because it's just, but even then it's like, what if that gets tiring? Like, what if that lifestyle, like, just oh it's dark. SJ in the dark, ladies and gentlemen. All right, maybe that means it's time to cut it out. I'm getting too personal here. I don't care. Y'all know I love it. Let me do one thing. I'm going to turn on a little light here so we can wrap this up. All right, let's wrap it up. Alan says I'm a natural mouth breather. Can't help it. Blockchain trends. Ground yourself. Get that blood flowing to your brain. Thank you for that reminder. As much as I love nature and I'm here in this bus, I forget to do that sometimes. Like, I just should. In fact, I'm going to do that. I might even just do that tonight. I might just walk out of this bus and put my feet on the ground, because I'm right. There's a grassy knoll, like, right outside. So that is huge. Put your feet on the earth. Go barefoot as much as you can. Hug a tree. I'm a huge tree hugger. I do it often. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of fun. All right, John Bishop says, this is, yeah, Seneca, exactly. We suffer more in imagination than in reality, 100%. And how sad, how terrible that that's something that we have control over, yet we choose to suffer. That's your choice, right? All right, that is Sandra's Twitter. Chris says touch is amazing. For real, man. It's important. Like, that's the thing is, like, people who love being single or just like are on their own and stuff like that. Like I get it, but man, I don't get it. Cause like touch to me is like, that's like the ultimate connection is touch. I love it. And I think we are touch starved in this here world that we live in. I just want to get to a page to share it in a second here. All right. And then I'm going to try and go real quick. I'm going to try and wrap this up. Puerto Ricans are locos. Sí, señor. Did you know that I am actually partially Puerto Rican? Yes, indeed. That is a fact. I have family in Ponce on that island. Russ says, who doesn't love sauteed chicken livers, right? Russ, you know what's up. Let's go get some chicken livers together. I'm about it. It sounds delicious. Sandy Beach with the happy faces. Me trying to shill the PulseChain Chris says, we love you. I love you too. I love you guys a lot. Sandy Beach says, thank you, SJ. Great stream. Sandy Beach, thank you as always. Love that you are wrenched. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm calling it a night. I really, really, really hope that this reaches someone that needs to hear it and that you know that you're not alone, that there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a brighter day, and today can be a brighter day. Just like that quote from Seneca. Okay? It's in your head. You choose. You choose your own happiness. You can choose that. So don't forget that. We'll go out on these last couple of quotes here. Blockchain Trend says, my grandma fam is from Ponce Playa. That's awesome. Hey, my grandma's out there too. I wonder if our grandmas know each other. That'd be funny. I bet they do, man. All right. Sandy Beach with the happy faces and the me too. All right, y'all. That is it for this stream. Thank you again for tuning in. Please share this one out. Again, I really feel like this is an important stream that somebody really needs to hear these words and know that they are not alone and know that there's a community of thousands and someday hundreds of thousands and then someday millions. Think about these cycles that we're going through. Someday there will be millions of hexagons and pulsicans and pulsexicans. I have no doubt, y'all. So keep that in mind. Keep smiling. What you gonna do tomorrow? First thing when you wake up, put a smile on your face. All right? Love you guys.